Welcome to our tutorial about the View Cube. Let's start with a right-click and select View Cube Settings. First here, we select the on-screen position, top right, bottom right, top left, bottom left. Under the size control, we can uncheck Automatic. This gives us access to the sizing slider. Here's the inactive opacity control. We can set it from 0 to 100% opacity. At 100% opacity, the cube always stays visible, even when you mouse away from it. Check here to show the User Coordinate System menu. That's this menu right here. Snap to closest view. When dragging on the view cube, if you check here, you'll snap to the closest view on the cube. Front, back, top, and so on. One more option that I'm going to select, Show Compass below the view cube. It's this checkbox down here. Let's click OK. And our cube's a bit bigger. It's surrounded by the compass with cardinal directions. Let's activate the Free Orbit command. And we'll rotate my model a little bit. Notice that even though I'm not using the cube directly, it does provide visual feedback regarding the orientation. Press Escape to exit the tool. I can also grab and rotate the cube. Notice that when I rotate the view cube, it snaps to the closest view. Let's go back to the View Cube Settings window and change that. Right-click, View Cube Settings, uncheck Snap to Closest View. Let's click OK. Now when I hold down my left mouse button and rotate the cube, we don't have the snapping effect that we saw a moment ago. By the way, notice that when I mouse my cursor off to the left of the screen, it appears on the right-hand side of the screen. Let's bring it back. I can also grab the compass and drag it around, and this rotates the view normal to the Z-axis. If I click on the home icon, we go to the current home view, which is now set to an isometric view. Isometric is a common view used in technical and engineering drawings. An isometric view gives equal exposure to all three planes. In other words, the YZ, the ZX, and the XY planes. These are my three planes here. Left-click on any of the presets to rotate the view. For example, front, top right corner, right. When I have a normal view like right, left, top, or bottom, little triangles appear around the cube. These let us rotate the view 90 degrees. And same thing with these arrows in the top left of the view cube. And let's go back to a home view. Another option is the parallel view. Right-click on the view cube, select Parallel. Here's the perspective view. And here's the perspective with ortho faces view. These three views look pretty much the same in the two-dimensional environment. To better illustrate their differences, I'm going to create some 3D geometry. 3D Basics. There's a drop-down menu of 3D geometry. Let's select Box. And I'll place it about here. Okay, now let's take a look at the difference between the parallel, the perspective, and the perspective with ortho faces views. Let's take a top view. Currently, we have perspective with ortho faces active. Let's take a perspective view. It can be a little bit distracting if we're working in the 3D environment. Let's take a parallel view. And this concludes our tutorial about the View Cube.